conversation to be had tonight. I was sending out some notifications about this call. And what I was talking to the ladies about, I was like, listen, we only talk about money as women when there's a problem, right? Other than that, we don't have really money making conversations. And I look at a lot of what's going on social media and what's going on out there in the world. And, we are not the ones out there having those conversations about money. But tonight we're going to have them. So I want to first introduce myself. My name is Letitia Campbell, and I'm your sales success strategist. I help coaches, consultants, and service providers. I teach you guys how to package up your best work, launch it to the world, and generate more sales online. And I do that all inside of my Sexy Brand Building Formula program. I'm going to introduce Miss Darlene tonight for you guys, and she's going to seal the kiss towards the end. So Darlene is an educator by nature, guys. She's been teaching professionally for 12 years. What? But education is her life passion. I love that. She empowers those around her to better think positively. To be better, think positively, and help someone else. In 2018, she decided to share her gifts with the world and founded the Purpose to Freedom movement. I remember that, where she can educate, empower, and encourage women all over the world. She's happily married to her chocolate drop. I'll just add that in there. For the past 17 years, and is a mother of 3 amazing, beautiful boys. I'm so happy to have you on the show tonight, Darlene. Thank you so much for having me on.
Here.
Yes, yes.
Especially, we're dealing with money, and numbers are my thing. The number 8 is my number. It's all about new beginnings, and it was in the cards for me. It was in I brought this to me, So this is a God thing. The number 8, being on your show, talking about something that so many people shun upon and don't really know a whole lot of things about. So I'm excited about the broadcast. Absolutely.
Yes, I love that number 8. I grew up with the number 8 meaning completion. It's like once something has completed, it's like that number 8. So yes, I'm so glad that you have discovered this Purpose to Freedom movement. And it's such an powerful movement. Like, you guys are doing something way different, and we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, guys. And like I mentioned earlier, many of us women, we're not having money conversations. The only time we're talking about money more often is when we don't have it, right? We don't talk about making money. We don't talk about attaining money, maintaining money, and growing money. I was talking to somebody. I was actually listening, to awesome guru, and he was saying, like, even if you have $50, you can absolutely split $50 20 different ways. And the reason why we're looking at that and say, well, that's only a little bit of money, is because we don't really think big as women, and we have to think big as women. I used to think that a job was the only way that I was going to be able to pay my bills, support my family, and be able to live the life that I live now. And I realized, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, that there is totally a different way to make money. You just have to find what is your passion. And people can say that, well, there's no such thing as everyone having that entrepreneurial spirit. But I believe that we all have that mindset or that ability to build a business and make money and what have you. You can build a business and make money. You can leverage stock market and trading. You can get out there and join a network marketing company. Like, there's so many ways that to make money, and you have to research those things. And Darlene is we're gonna stretch your brain a little bit, guys. A lot of the things that we're gonna say, you're gonna be like, oh, girl, no. Like, that's why I have my pearls on tonight. I'm gonna clutch the pearls for you guys, because we want you guys to think outside the box. I live in New York, and I used to work for the shelter system. But there's more women in the shelter system than there are men, hands down. And why is that? Because we have taken the control away of our finances, of our abundance, of our futures, and we got to take that back. We absolutely have to. Hey, hubby. How you doing?
So he said he tried to sit in here when nobody can see him, but
Oh God, we're gonna miss him. I love it. I love it. Yes. So Darlene has some amazing content to talk to you guys about this evening, and we're going to sort of piggyback off of each other because this tonight is going to be powerful. You know, you have to know how to maintain, obtain, and grow that dollar. And there's nothing wrong with winning money, right, Darlene?
Not at all. I mean, money makes the world go round. We need money. In order for us to be live on Facebook, we need something to stream it from. In order to, you're in a building, a house, somewhere, you need money to maintain that. So money is a tool to get to your next level.
Absolutely. And you know what I've seen, even I work with clients all the time, and I hear them say things, well, I don't want to feel like I'm bragging, or I don't want to feel like, yeah. Hold on, I think we got a delay here. Yeah, a lot of women say that I don't feel like I want to brag about how much money I make, or I want to feel like I'm throwing it in people's faces. You're not throwing it in anybody's faces. You're telling people, listen, there's another way. Like, I'm not doubting any of you guys who work a 9 to 5, but I just can't. That's not my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's and me having 4 children, that's a lot of time away from the home, a lot of money going out every month for daycare and what have you. And it's just a lot, and I love having money conversations. I just love it. I just love it, love it, love it. So, Darlene, what do you feel that we should be addressing this evening as it pertains to money, Mama?
Like you said, ways to obtain money, ways to actually keep the money that you have, and ways to just live in your passion.
Yep.
That's the key. Using money to get to your freedom.
Yep.
And that's the main thing. Because it's not all about how much you make. It's really all about what you're able to keep.
That's
because
right.
If you make it can leave as quickly as it came. I mean, the big number is $100,000. Everybody want to make 6 figures, but their 6 figures is only limited to $100,000. Well, right. There are 9 6 figures. You have $100,000, $200,000, all the way up to $900,000.
Yep.
And it's just this big thing, and everybody's like, "Oh, I want to make $100,000." Well, that's really nothing these days. $100,000 is
definitely not here in New York.
Money.
You can't even get a house for $100,000. You go to a real estate office. Right. I got $100,000. Oh, okay. You can get a little studio apartment.
When you go over there, because then you got to factor in your tax bracket, because
that's right.
About 28%. That's like $72,000 that now you're operating from.
Yep.
So.
You're so right about that, And guys, just so you guys know, we really wanted to coordinate the whole theme for tonight, and because it's based around money, we're both wearing green, right? So, because we got to get that excitement about making money and making more of it and making plenty of it. And I feel that I know that if we just get out of our own damn way of feeling like we can't make a lot of money, or we can't build our own business, or we can't do investing and things like that, then we're never going to eliminate this poverty situation that's happening amongst us women, especially us women of color. There's nobody to save us. We don't have a great granddaddy that is sitting on $1 million, $2 million worth of real estate property, or investments, or stock market leaning in something. We don't have that. You know what I'm saying? We just
have the know-how. We haven't even been taught that. No financial literacy. There's no wealth information, no wealth conversations happening in our community.
That's right. It's not talked about at all.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mama.
How are we supposed to know if no one in our family is having those conversations?
Nope.
It's hard to build wealth if you don't know what it is. And time out for exchanging time for money.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that we have something going on that will make sure that our money is working for us. Now, I'm still teaching.
Yep.
And but this year, even this summer, I've been thinking and going through some things, and I thought I wanted to step away from the classroom but I found an amazing opportunity to make sure that I can reach my goals much faster. And then just thinking and going through some things like this weekend, my husband and I went to this financial fitness class.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. I want to coach other people to do what it is that I'm doing. So if I'm not being coached, how am I going to coach you?
There you go. That's right.
So I have to be poured into so that I can pour into others. And so we
Absolutely.
went to the financial fitness class and it was amazing. The thing is, I know all of these things, but to hear it from a different perspective from some other people, it just got the wheels turning. But on Friday night, I was with my girlfriend and we're just talking and she made a mention about how their finances were in her home. And so I'm just sitting there and I'm like, we can do that.
Yes, you can.
We can do that. And so went to the event on Saturday. What's today? Monday? Okay, today is Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, they're running together right now. But Sunday, my husband and I, we were talking, and I said, I really think, because I've been working on our budget, and I don't want to call it a budget because, that it has such a negative connotation.
Yeah.
If you have what I want to call a spending plan, you have to plan for your money. And that was a thing that she talked about that was like so eye opening. And if
Yeah.
I can really share that, I want to. Do I have it?
Yeah, share it, definitely. And while you're looking for that, even those of you who do have a 9 to 5 and you are working a job, we work all our lives, but we don't build anything. And when I was working my 9 to 5, I was building my business. I wasn't just going to work every day and punching in a clock. I was literally building my business every single day on the side, even while I was at work. You guys see me when I would go on my lunch break, I would be going live. I would be connecting with clients. I would be going out there and getting my money. A lot of women ask, well, when is the right time? Well, you got to build in order to build your own right time. In that way, it's not, I don't like to say that word right time. It's that planning, preparation, which then eventually leads to profits. Go ahead, Darlene.
Right. There would never be a right time. It's
No.
just get out there and do it. But, typically we as people tend to, when we get a paycheck, the first thing they want to do is enjoy our paycheck.
That's right.
And think about repaying our bills or,
Mm-hmm.
our credits, whatever it is. Then we say, oh, we need to save some money. Then we say, oh, I guess we need to give to charity or church or whoever you decide to give money to.
Yep.
Then like, oh man, I need to plan for something. And then the cycle starts all over again.
Yep.
But what we need to do is dedicate our money back to whom we received it from, because nothing is actually ours. It belongs to God.
That's right.
And are providing this avenue for us. When we dedicate it back to Him, then we're able to plan out what it is that we're going to do with the money, because we have to be good stewards.
That's
right.
Then
we give. Not only do we give to any charity or church or whomever, but we have to give to ourselves as well.
Yeah.
Pay yourself so that you can have something to fall back on.
Totally true.
And of course, that goes with saving for emergencies, saving for retirement, whatever it is that you need to save for. Then you discuss repaying those bills that you have, and then you enjoy your money. Then the cycle starts over. Now you get your paycheck again, and then you're going through that process again. That will definitely help you to not only obtain your money, but be able to maintain. That's and not right. Wonder where at the end of the month, oh my goodness, I need that paycheck to hit right now.
You're coasting through the whole process. And I love that you mentioned that, and about that whole cycle, that that money relationship pattern that you need to have, because I see this all the time. People get money, then they spend it, they get money, then they spend it. And it's just so much, turmoil that we're doing to ourselves financially, that we ended up in debt, unable to keep up. And, we're about to, switch gears here and talk about something very interesting that maybe you guys have not considered before, and which is having a, what do you call that, Darlene?
What?
One
Not a
one
lot.
paycheck coming. Yeah.
Mhm.
What you mentioned about having that one person earner, like one person
Girl,
income
oh my
coming in.
God.
It's okay. I know we're going to talk about a lot tonight, so I
I
hear
know,
that.
right? Oh, my husband and I were just talking last night, and I'm looking at our bills. I'm looking at our um the things that our debt and all of that stuff. And I said, babe, we can really do this, like for real. When we first got our house 17 years ago, we needed both incomes to maintain, and each of us have gotten raises and everything. We don't have to do that now, but we're stuck in this whole cycle. But today I posted on my timeline. I said, is there anybody that has gone from living off two incomes and went down to living on one on purpose? Not because somebody was fired, not because somebody got sick, but you chose to stop living off of two incomes and decide to go down to one. Because I'm looking at I took a bank statement and I'm looking. There's Amazon going through. There's Walmart and this place and that place. We're going here and there and eating out. All of our money go to eating out, y'all. All the money was going to eating out and Amazon and just foolery. And I just sitting there and looking, I'm like, we can really live off of one income. Now, will it get tight? Absolutely. But guess what? We got a goal in mind. And that's where it all starts from. What is the goal that you're trying to reach? And we want to build a legacy for our children. And that is the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate goal. If anybody of you have been following anything that I've talked about,
Yep.
it's all about leaving something for them. And I heard this phrase that says, we're always trying to build from the ground up. Well, I'm tired of it starting over, especially the black race. We always have to start from the very beginning and pull
That's right.
ourselves up by our bootstraps. Well, some of us don't even have a shoe.
That's right.
For me, I want to make sure that I build a solid foundation financially for my children, and that they have something when I walk away or when I'm gone from this earth, they can say, you know what, my mom and dad thought enough of me to make sure that I don't have to start from the
So
ground up.
true.
I need them to start from the roof
That's
of the
right.
story house.
I love that you mentioned that word goal because, I'm just talking about just my particular community of what I see of African American men and women is that we're so used to just showing off. Like, I mentioned this before. If you go on my street, like every year, somebody's getting a new car, somebody's getting something like done for the purposes of saying, hey, I have money and I'm going to show off. But half the time they're super duper in debt. They're losing
Mhm.
their houses. The Con Edison man is knocking on their door from time to time. And it's so much of this showing off that people don't really have that goal for their money. You know what I'm saying? So when I get asked questions like, well, why are you saving for this? Or why are you not? Well, why don't you have this? Why you still got Goldie? Goldie is I think she's like 2017 Honda Odyssey. I had her for years. I know if I hear a noise, I know exactly what that noise is about. Oh, she needs oil or she needs transmission. You know what I mean? And I could easily go on a dealership and either buy a car or lease one. But I'm like, why? Like I sat here one day, I'm like, for what? Like if I get a brand new van and I have something that's working fine, why get something new? Why? For the purposes of people who walk around and say, oh, wow, Letitia, you have this awesome looking car. Like and it goes back to your goal. What is your goal to want to make the money that you want to make? So then in turn, it turns into not being about money. It is all really about your destination, right? That's what really is about. Like somebody reached out to me the other day and they were like, Letitia, we have this amazing network marketing opportunity. We want you to get in. I was like, no, because at the end of the day, my goal is to build a business that I can hand off to my children's children. And anything that falls in my email, that creeps up in my inbox, that does not align with my goal, I am not doing it. See, the bottom thing that happens with us, Darlene, you've seen this, we lose track of our goal. We get that hamster effect, you know, that shiny object effect where we're like, oh my God, I have to get this, I have to get that. Whether you're watching celebrities or maybe you're watching other coaches in your industry and you're like, oh my God, I have to have what they have. And you go more further away from the goal you have in mind. And those of you guys who are watching now live on the replay, tell us some of the goals you have that you're going to leverage money to make. Like, I know we all want to make more money, but for why? Why you want to make more money? You know, what is that? What is your purpose for success? Because if you don't have that why, you know, then you're not going to be successful because you are going to quit. This is why it's so important that we have to have that why or that goal, because when it gets hard, and trust me, honey, it will. You're going to have haters and naysayers. There are going to be times where business is slow, right? Your why is going to keep you so gonna hold hard into it that you're going to master it. And even going back to having a one income stream coming into to the home, that process is just going to be for a temporary period of time. You know, Darlene, we don't just run through the process of just saying, let's live in lack for a little bit, so that way our goal is to do something bigger. You know, before I hopped on here, I was talking to Darlene about that. You know, in my neighborhood, I have a melting pot of cultures. You know, we have Jewish people in my neighborhood. We have Guyanese people in my neighborhood. We have Nigerians. What else did I say? Indians and all that stuff. And
you like my neighborhood, because I call this what is the UN, United Nations in my neighborhood.
Yeah. And they come together, honey. You know, they come together, they live in one house, they have one bill instead of living in separate houses with two Verizon bills or two Con Edison bills or two, you know, we bring it down, cable, electric, gas. They all come together and say, let's all combine it and make it one and build this business, this empire that we want to build. And then certain people in the neighborhood looks at that like, oh my God, they all bunched up in that house together. They all bunched up in that car together. They all yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, no, they have a master goal. And they're going to make it way quicker than you. Some of them probably would never make their goal. Yeah. So, you know, Darlene, what are some of like the things that, you know, we as women should focus on for the remainder of this year? We always say 2020 is going to be our year, but hell, we're in 2019. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta set that up and make this, you know, our remaining year. So that way, when 2020 comes in, we're just stepping into it. We're not stumbling into it and having to build up that momentum. So what are some of the things that you feel that we should definitely start considering as it pertains to money?
One, you have to decide what it is that you really, really want. What is your ultimate goal? It's always, what do you desire? What do you really want at the end of the day that you are super passionate about? What is that thing? And it shouldn't just be a goal. You should believe that thing.
That's right. Oh, yes.
You can invoke all 5 senses.
Yep.
Because, you know, I wrote these things down. I'm going to go to my little list. I'm going to give y'all examples so y'all can have something to work with. And when we went to the event on Saturday, she told us to write down, I am financially free.
Yeah.
But how many of us out there, is that your ultimate goal? Do you want to be financially free? What does that mean to
What
you?
does it mean? Yeah, go deeper. Yep.
So these are some of the things that I wrote down. And the list goes on and on, but these are 1, 2, 3. Pretty much the 5 things that I've always talked about for the most part. For me to be financially free, I am on a beach listening to the waves. I'm watching my boys jump in my pool in my overabundant acreage. I am financially free because I have no idea of when money hits my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
I am financially free because the cost of trips is not a concern, and we can get up and just go traveling in first class all the way.
Yeah.
I am financially free that I wake up to go into my theater and watch the latest movie. I am financially free because I can buy houses and help those in poverty. That I'm giving back, because at the end of the day, it's not really all about me. It's about what I can do for others.
That's right.
Helping and building up. So for women, we need to set a goal and feel it, see it, taste it, hear it. What does that sound like?
And pursue it. Yep.
Feel like? And you have to be that thing that you so desire. That it's as if that you are that now.
And
And
you
you
mentioned something on your show last week, Darlene, about if you can't buy it twice, don't get it. And that's what the process we got to understand. If you want to get a car or the house, if you can get two houses, then you don't need to get one. You see what I'm saying? Because it's going to, and I'm not saying this to make y'all feel discouraged, but it's about, in order for you to not have any setback, like where you're paying for one and you have to struggle to make sure you pay for it. Hell, I'm not going to get my favorite car is a Range Rover. I'm not going to get a Range Rover unless I can buy my mama a Range Rover too.
right and pay cash.
And
That's
and pay, there you go. And
that's
pay
the
cash.
pay
And pay
cash.
cash. That's right. That's right. Absolutely right.
Because
Yeah.
you can look. I got cash money. I
Yeah.
want that and that one, and this is what I have.
And Darlene did a post, you did a post the other day. All this money that these banks take from us, it's ridiculous. And it's sort of like, even in, I live in New York. So even in Brooklyn, there's a large Jewish community and they have their own banks.
Right.
They keep their money in their community, honey. They have their own banks. They have their own stores, supermarkets. I mean, everything, you know what I mean? So it's like, we're looking at ourselves and Darlene, can you share how much our dollar lasts in our community once we get that paycheck, once that direct deposit hits? How long
Six
does it last?
hours, y'all.
6 hours.
6 hours. That is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Everybody else is like 22 days and 17 days, or I don't think it hits, nobody is over a month, but I mean, 22 days, think about that, versus 6 hours in the African American community. That's how long money circulates. That means we ain't buying nothing from nobody in our community.
Nothing from nobody. We don't trust each other too. That's another thing.
Oh, they cost too much, and we hold ourselves to such a high standard. Oh, I ain't like our
Oh
attitude.
yes.
No attitude when you went in. How was
And
your spirit when you walked in there?
absolutely. I see that with a lot of times when people are looking for a coach. They'll go to another person who is outside of our color and then come back to me and say, oh, I wish, Letitia, I signed up. I would have had signed up for you. I spent $13,000 with somebody else. And it's that trust that we don't have. And that, that's a personal thing that we have to gain within ourselves if we want to
Because we are hurting and we're bleeding all over people because we haven't healed situations we have such a mistrust within our own selves, within our own community, and we just need to heal. We expect somebody else to be the savior for
we don't have nobody that can save us. Yep.
We're not saving ourselves.
We're not. For us women of color, there is nobody that can save us. There really isn't. I mean, and we have to say, you know what, either we're going to build this or we're going to always be struggling, robbing Peter to pay Paul. And, and we have to build our own.
You're Peter and you're Paul, so you're really robbing yourself.
That's right. Basically, you are. Because, that's what it boils down to. I mean, I love the people who are around me, who are close to me, in my immediate atmosphere offline. But at the end of the day, I cannot go to them if shit hits the fan. I have to figure it out on my own. And once we as women start to build that and build it with confidence, y'all, I've seen so many women of color. Some of y'all are so negative about yourself, so negative about trying new ideas, trying new career paths, trying to work with people, that it's just sad. I mean, I don't know where this is coming from. It's like, they're like, oh my God, I can't make money in my business. And I go on their timeline and you're not doing anything but sharing other people's stuff, and putting that on your timeline. It's like, when are we going to wake up and realize that there's money in the land? Like, God wants us to be wealthy. God wants us to have plenty. God wants us to have more than enough so that we can flourish his kingdom. There's people out there that are making money that are not giving it back to their communities, that are not giving it back to their churches or to the schools. And when we build what we're building, we're actually going to do those things, right? So yeah, go ahead, Darlene. I'm sorry for cutting you off, sis.
I was looking at this particular scripture, but it wasn't the one that I was looking for.
Okay.
You said that God wants us to have abundance and everything. any and everything that you want is right there in the word for those of you that believe. And
Yep.
even if you don't, there's just some basic information that's there that says what you need to do. I mean, consider the ant. He soars up, he's out there getting stuff and working and working and working because
Yep.
you don't want to be a sluggard and not building up for whatever's going to happen next. So if you're just just being lazy and not wanting to do, and I know
Yep.
we have all these different goals and we have these different things, we go these different
Ooh,
ways.
yes.
This summer, this school year was just such a beating for me.
Yeah, I know.
I think I take 2 steps, 3 steps, I just get pulled back. I get
Yep.
pulled, and then I'll take a couple more steps. But I intentionally this summer, I'm like, I need to get myself together. I
That's
know
right.
exactly what I need to do. I know exactly how I need to do it. I just need to put that foot out there and just walk
Just
the
do
walk.
it. You And you was just talking about the ant, and I wrote down seed and harvest. It falls into that. We want to harvest, but we don't want to seed. We don't want to put those seeds of time, those seeds of energy, the seed of focus. Y'all, listen, when y'all start to get more focused, that's the seed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm up to like last night I was up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning working my business, planting seeds so that I can harvest. Like we always say, well, I didn't make money today. But what are you doing today to make money tomorrow or to make money the week after and the week after that? You got to plant those seeds, y'all. And if we always want to, have these big goals and these big dreams. I see some girls before I get on discovery calls with them, they're like, I want to make 10 grand a month. Boo boo, you ain't going to make 10 grand a month if you're only trying to invest only $99. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's the amount of seed that you're willing to sacrifice and put in order for you to really reap that harvest. And then we wonder why people are further ahead than certain people. It's because that person put that seed of investing, of time, energy, and knowledge. We don't even want to study about our craft or study about our audience. We just want to make money and not really understand that if we're not planting the seeds behind the scenes. Like I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, more than when you guys see me. I do way more than that behind the scenes because you got to plant those seeds. You just have to. And if you're not doing that, then you can't sit back and say, well, why am I not successful? Why am I not making more money? Why am I still at this job? You could be still at this job and still be stagnant and not building anything. And I hate hearing that excuse that we as women say, oh, I work all these hours at work. There's no way I can fit in my business. Yes, you can. If you're focused and you're serious about your legacy, you're going to find time. I'm sorry. I used to work for housing. I used to work for the shelter system. And you're working like 13-hour days. And even when I was not even in the office, I was still answering emails. I was taking files home and binders home and things like that. It felt like crazy, Darlene. It felt like I felt like I couldn't keep up. There'd be days where I would go into work and I feel like I didn't do anything the day before. And I did so much. I had to always tell myself, Letitia, you did a lot. You did a lot. Calm yourself down, because I would get so anxiety, but that's how you feel when you're working for somebody else. It's like that feeling of you're always chasing, you're doing so much, and your enough is like never ever enough. They're always going to say more. You're never going to get that perfect 4. You're going to get like 3.5 on a review or something like that. It totally sucks. Yeah, it totally sucks. So we need, my biggest tip that I can give you guys is, for one, monetize what you're doing. Like, monetize what you're doing. Stop giving away free 99 and your time, energy, and effort away for free. Figure out what is it that you can do that's in high demand that you can get out there and build a business off of, right? So, Darlene, something that you are working on now, I would love for you to share it with the audience, because like I mentioned earlier, this is some next level stuff, ladies. And in order for you to start really saying, well, this is the goal I have, you got to have that money conversation. I'm like, you can't run away from it. You can't do anything without money. You can't even breathe good without money. Your chest hurts, your head hurts, you're stressed out. I mean, you can't move around much without money. And I believe, and I know that if we start really being more realistic, instead of trying to be so deep biblical, and making us feel like, oh my God, it's bad for us to want more, and start giving yourself more credit and getting out there and getting what's yours.
Evil.
Yeah.
One
I
of the
still
most-
see people say that, and I'd be like, what planet are you living on?
Right.
We were sold as currency, back in slavery times. I think we forget about those times as the African American community. And I really feel that, it's a lot of people say you don't want to look so back into history because you get just depressed. But I believe we should always remember that we were sold and we were considered currency.
Right.
So with
That's
that,
how foreign exchange market got started.
yeah,
Hey, this is what I have, so I want to give you this, and it was as an exchange.
yeah,
It's an exchange for services.
that's right.
For services. And you ask what it is that I'm working on, what I have coming up. Got a lot of different things that's happening. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I have a money challenge, but it's not just a money challenge, but it's a money mindset challenge. Because what our problem is not so much of obtaining the money, is do we even deserve it? And that's something that I struggled with because of my past and how I grew up and what happened to me growing up. We can't choose the family that we're from, but we can choose what happens once we come to know what's possible.
That's right.
Because when you know and you still don't grow, then you have a problem. So
Right.
I have a mindset challenge that is in the works, and I want you to really dig deep down and figure out what your particular story is. Why do you have such a spirit of lack? Why do you feel that you don't deserve it? And then take you through a process to get you out of that. It's like a 15-day process to get you out of that particular mindset so that you can walk in your abundance and really feel that abundance and own your story. Don't let it just keep coming up, but say, okay, this is what was, this is what I want, and there's a process to actually get to that. And so as a mindset challenge for that. And then I'm excited about cycle 10 that's coming up because I can finally get this course that that's just in my spirit, that's in my heart about wealth. And it's going to get you moving and get the needle going and say, hey, now that I have my mindset right, now how can I build my wealth? What is it that I need to do to make sure that I'm able to build my wealth? And most of it, once you realize, and this is how the Purpose of Freedom movement comes in, when you know what your purpose is, you can get to your freedom.
That's right.
Don't just stay in this spirit of lack and this spirit of confusion and what have you. Discover what your purpose is. Know why you're here. Know that in order to get to your next, money might be a factor. Money might be the thing that's keeping you from doing the things that you really, really, truly want to do. That's Purpose of Freedom, the Money Mindset Challenge, and then a wealth course that I have in the works. And then I've teamed up with my partner, Alita, where we have our Freedom Growers, where we are planting seeds and growing fruit.
That's right.
I am super excited about that. And that's geared more towards the Forex market and knowing how to do exactly what the banks are doing.
That's right. Exactly. And somebody mentioned to me a while back, and she was like, well, I wish years ago somebody would told me about this money thing, and you got to understand that people were not educated like that about, what the banks are doing and how to make money and how. So now that you do know, you got to learn. But I want to just pause for a second, sort of like to reroute and talk about the word wealth, because Darlene, I feel that a lot of people have that misconception about that word. They link it straight on to money. Like if I have $1 million, I'm wealthy. But $1 million can go really, really fast. If you heard the stories, the people who won $25 million on the Powerball, bought houses, cars, and everything, and it is gone, right? So when you say that word wealth, can you just educate the audience for a moment on what does it mean to tell yourself, once you're 85 years old, like, hell, I got wealth, honey. Like, what does that mean, Mama?
It's not all about money. Absolutely not. Because you can have wealth of time,
Mm-hmm.
wealth of health.
Ooh, girl ahead, sis.
You have wealth of friends. And then, money is in there as well. But what that means is you're able, and it means something different to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You have social wealth. You have an abundance of friends. You have abundance of uh, associates, networks of people that you can draw from, pull from resources.
That's right.
And wealth, I was trying to find my acronym.
Go ahead, get the acronym, honey. While you're looking for that, yeah, it all ties into that joy. Like people always say, well, I want to be happy. I say, no, I want to have more joy. Because I feel like when you have joy, you ain't worried about nothing. Even when people are saying or not what they're saying or not saying. And when you have that joy, you don't even care so much about the people who are supporting you. Because a lot of times, even the people who are for you can actually put you down, or sometimes they could underline be against you, right? So I love the wealth acronym that Darlene is going to talk about, because when she did post that on social media months back, I said, girl, this is a course that you could build that people need to learn from and gain, because I know for a fact that we as women, we have the wrong terminology and misconception and meaning as it pertains to wealth. It's a totally another meaning of wealth. And if you guys don't believe me, get in a room where you're in a room with different cultures and see how their conversations are different. I've been running every day, down the street in my house. We have a beautiful lake. It's like a beautiful pathway. And so I'm sitting there, I'm a little ear hustler. I am nosy. I have my great grandmother in me. I will listen and eavesdrop on your conversation. Yes, I will do that. Because that's just who I am. And so I'm listening. It was a Indian couple, and they were arguing, right? But I was like, I want to argue what they're arguing about. And they're arguing because the husband keeps firing people, and she was trying to tell him, like, you got to start talking to them. You got to stop firing everyone. And he's telling her, you need to let me be the man. And, and I'm like, wow, I like the conversation they're having, because they got a business. Yeah, it's like, hell, last the time we arguing with our man about you didn't pay the light bill, or what happened to the money that was in the savings account. And these people are talking about retention. I'm like, I'm loving this conversation. I want to have a conversation like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, and it's like that. That's a wealth conversation to me. It is.
Right.
It totally is to me.
The situation that happened. We went home. I'm from Louisiana, so we went home and we were at this I don't even call it a restaurant. It's just this donut place, beignets, coffee shop. And we're eating our beignets and everything. And there's this family, white family sitting to the side. And this little boy, he couldn't have been 10 years old. He was talking about, I don't even know what team, but they were talking about, hey, I don't know if they should go to this team because all they have is $25 million of capital. And I don't think that they can afford to have this particular player to join their team because of how much it's going to cost him.
Say
and how
what?
He was like, what? I said, this is this little boy, maybe 10, if that, and was speaking with such, he was fluent.
Yep.
In conversation. I'm like, wow, I was in awe. Because I was thinking about my own. And they're not having that type of conversation.
They're not. I mean,
dollars. And I looked in the Wall Street Journal and they said X, Y, and Z.
Oh, yes. I mean, I woke up with my brother cutting grass, shoveling snow, painting the sides of people's houses, power washing and stuff like that. I don't see kids do that anymore at all. I don't even see people cut their grass these days, to be honest, really, and I don't know where that has gone in this generation, but it's, my father, rest in peace. He passed away years and years ago. He did firmly believe in education, but his methodology was education doesn't make you money. You have to have a skill. My father always had a skill that made him money. He was a very, very smart man. And when we needed money, he would go out there and leverage his skills and make money. You know, he used that that education to sort of like know how to, you know, communicate with people effectively. But even without that, he was still had to make money. So it's like we got to understand, well, what skill are we picking up on? You know, a job is not necessarily a skill. We give our skills away to our job, but we got to ask ourselves, well, what skill can I pick up on that is in a high demand? And this is whether you are a weight loss coach or a service provider, or you're into Forex finances and stuff like that. But even with that, you fall under some type of skill. Yeah. Right? And you have to figure out what that is. We all should know what that is. And if you don't know what that is, ask the people around you what it is that you're great at.
And your eyes just light up and feel, and it's
it will.
Like numbers is my thing. So why wouldn't I deal with money and, you know, all these different things that have to do with money? I mean, hello, I'm a math teacher. So money is my passion, and talking about bringing people from such a negative mindset into an abundant mindset, a positive mindset, and money, mindset, wealth, it all goes hand in hand. So that is, you know, my ultimate thing. And so I found my acronym.
You found it? Yeah, before you say it, but I heard this morning, there is a lady out there, it's two businesses that I heard about this morning that was totally like taboo to me, like, oh my God. There's a woman out there that is a professional griever. Funeral homes pay her to come to somebody, God forbid, somebody passed away in your family. She'll come to your service and help you guys grieve. She's making hundreds of thousands of dollars during that year. Then there's another guy, he has a business where he's a professional hugger. You want a hug? And, you know, you pay him and he'll hug you. He'll hold you now. He'll brace you. And I'm sitting back, I'm like, hugger?
Needs to be made.
I need a hug.
Right. A friend of mine, this guy struggled with waking up. And so he paid her to call him to wake him up, to be his alarm, as opposed to an actual alarm. He would pay her to wake him up.
I'm guilty of that. Therese wakes me up. I don't know if she's on here, but I reached out to her like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, can you do me a favor? Just call me on Messenger at 5 a.m. every day. Because I've been working out, so it's hard for me to get up. Like, it's so hard. So she was like, this is a business and everything. That's what we're trying to say. Go ahead and say the acronym, Darlene. Go ahead, Mama.
All right, so write down what you want, envision your future, affirm your desires, listen to your inner voice, take action and transform, hold the vision, you're in control.
That's right.
Wealthy.
Pow.
We have free choice. You are in control of everything that happens to you.
That's right.
You have free will. You can either go left, you can go right, you can go north, you can go south. It's your life.
It's your life.
To choose how you're going to live. Either you're going to have a wealthy mindset or you're going to have a mindset of lack.
Yep. You have a choice. We all have a choice. We all have a freaking choice. And you know, nobody's keeping you from making that choice other than yourself. So you make a decision, you write down how you're going to execute that decision, you get around the right people, whether it's online or offline, and you just start dominating. That's exactly what I did. I said, you know what, this is my decision. Okay, I don't have a close support system around me, so who can I reach out to get that? And then you just dominate. And Darlene did the same thing in 2018. So Darlene, if you could just tell everyone how they can connect with you, sis, and reach out and be able to leverage what it is that you do. Also, you can explain again what it is that you do for people.
Absolutely. All right, I am so grateful for you inviting me to join you on this 8th episode of the Launch. I'm super excited. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Darlene Anthony, and I am your money mindset maven. I am here to help you define and develop an abundance mindset so that you can live an unregrettable life by being focused, intentional, and transparent in your finances with your family while having some fun. I am the founder of the Purpose of Freedom movement and the co-founder of Freedom Growers, where we are planting seeds and growing its fruits. You can reach me at purposeoffreedom.com. Go there and you can click through and learn a little bit more about me and what this movement is all about. I invite you to join in. I will be having my challenge coming up really soon. We're going to get that going within the next 30 days. I'm going to put a time on it within the next 30 days, get that challenge going so that you can get your mindset right, so that you can receive whatever it is financially that you are supposed to have. Because if you don't get your mindset right, you're going to always be chasing it. And we don't want money chasing us. We don't want to chase money because it's going to always outrun us. We want money to chase us, and we want it to flow.
That's right. And once again, Darlene, thank you so much for joining me for my show. This is season 1, episode number 8. We're going to be back next week with an awesome speaker. I'm not going to give you guys the name yet. As we get closer, I will give you the name. But in the meantime, head on over to campbellsuccessnetwork.com and register for the show so that you never miss an episode. And I always send you guys out the replays. Thank you so much, Darlene, for joining me this evening. I love you guys to death, and we are having these deep conversations. It just helps us to grow, also identify what it is that we need to work on, so that way we can live the life that we want to live with a great goal. So before I hop off, I want to just quickly talk about, an amazing program that I'm the head coach of. It's called the Sexy Brand Building Formula Program. And this was not on my agenda to share tonight, but I see that there's a lot of women on this live that needs to start a business, build a business, and also get assets. So what we've done with this Sexy Brand Building Formula Program is a complete done for you, where we actually build, do product development, your training and support, and actual assets. So that way you can make that money. So I'm not going to show you all a huge offer page. I just want to just show you guys some of the testimonials of our clients who are currently in the Sexy Brand Building Formula Program and clients who have graduated from them. And Darlene was actually inside. She's actually in the program now. Darlene, if you could just tell them some of your experiences being inside the program, Mama.
Just the amount of assistance, the knowledge, just to be in the room with these different people, because there are from nothing to a whole bunch of something.
That's
people
right.
are in the room, and you get this knowledge. And there's this thing that says if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to switch rooms. So these are one of the rooms that I am not the smartest person in the room. So I'm taking in, I'm gathering, I'm learning so much stuff. And initially, it was just all about, wow, you can do that? That's possible? Oh my gosh. And it's just so amazing. And everyone is just so helpful. The teacher, she's just like,
Yeah.
and you develop your passion, what it is that you really want to do. How can you box it up and share it with the world and make money off of it?
Absolutely. And, a lot of coaching programs out here now, they're just listen shops. You come to class, you listen, and then you are kept with notebooks full of notes. Our Sexy Brand Building Formula course is way freaking different, where you're getting the development, you're getting the coaching, you're getting the support, but you're also walking away with assets like funnels, membership sites, lead magnets, list builder stuff that you can actually turn around and actually earn an income from. So like I just mentioned, I want to just show you guys just some testimonials. And those of you who are interested in getting inside of the Sexy Brand Building Formula Program, we're about to kick off our next cycle in August. So you definitely want to get on a call. Let's just have a conversation. For one, on what are some of the gaps that is going on in your business. And the second conversation you can have is how to get you inside and let you know how this program would be an amazing foundation for you to not just build a business, but actually make a profitable business. Because our tagline is, we turn your sexy brand into a profit-making machine. So just check this video out, ladies.
Joining the SBBF program was the best investment I've made in myself in a long time.
Being a part of this program has been the best decision that I have ever made for myself. Why? Because I have been able to meet some phenomenal people across the globe that I would have never, ever had contact with.
If you're wondering whether to jump on board this program or not, my recommendation is to just do it. I sat on the fence for probably the last 2-3 years wondering whether to do a program like this, and this program found me, and I'm blessed that I took the challenge and I did it.
SBBF 12 has been amazing. I've got practical help, practical tools, incredible knowledge from the coaches and from Rhonda, and it's been the best thing that I ever did, and I'm really excited to launch my business, which is happening now.
Shout out to Rhonda and the team of coaches, Abby, Letitia, Starwin. What an amazing group of people to help you find and follow your dreams, point you in the right direction. You can do anything. Get online, start a business, monetize it, follow your passion, kick some goals.
That the SBBF 12 program is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy I decided to take that leap of faith and invest in myself and my future for my family, and I am so thankful for everyone in this program.
I'm going to be soon graduating from SBBF 6 months done for you program, and I just resigned from my high-paying, amazing job that I've had for 9 years to go pursue my dream. So what SBBF has done for me and Rhonda Swan's team and the coaches is give me the confidence to build products out of my knowledge and my life experiences and put them out to the world to help and motivate and encourage women like I've never done before.
The SBBF 12 program is a phenomenal program. It is the best program that I have ever joined. The SBBF program, I was looking for something that would give me structure, something that would give me the support that I needed to level up and take my business to the next level. This business has expert coaches that deal with everything that your business needs, from mindset, technical information, sales success strategies, and of course, building a rock-solid, airtight brand.
8 months ago, I was introduced to the SBBF group by Letitia Campbell. I must say, when I first met Rhonda, I was like, oh my God, what a ball of fire. I loved it. So I became part of the SBBF group. And my first takeaway is brand clarity. I was so confused, and now my brand is clearly defined. My second takeaway, automation. Now I'm automated, and I'm feeling great about that. And my third takeaway was the behind the scenes networking that takes place for you to, have a successful event. So that's 3 of my takeaways. I'm really happy, to share this with you. The SBBF group is a group that I would refer anyone to when it comes to your brand and your brand quality. I mean, it's really high image. High image.
This program has truly been life-changing. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It's just been amazing. Get on board if you're thinking about doing something wicked and changing the direction of your life.
This has been the absolute best decision that I could have made for myself. If you are pondering this decision, think no further. It is definitely the right choice.
So I would tell you to just do it. Just like the Nike commercial, just do it. When we play cards, we say think long, think wrong.
I now have coaches and mentors that are just kind, beautiful, sharing, giving people. I've got those for life. I've made friends from all around the world. And most importantly, what this program got me to do was actually become my true self and follow my passion and what I truly believe from my heart.
Definitely get on board.
So if you are sitting on the fence and you're wondering, should I join this program? I would encourage you to do so. This will be the absolute best investment that you have ever made.
So I love this program.
Yeah. All right, guys. So once again, thank you guys so much for hopping on and joining Darlene and I this evening. Thank you so much, Darlene, for being on the show this evening. I will be back on Monday with an awesome guest. But those of you who are like, listen, let's have a conversation, Letitia. I want to talk to you about the development and launch of my business. Definitely get on a call with me. I mean, we work with all types of industries, coaches, consultants, real estate, DJs, money mindset mavens like Darlene, so many different women, men and women from all across the world. So do not miss this opportunity. Get on a conversation with me today. It's totally free. If you're watching this on my podcast, go to camelsuccessnetwork.com. If you're watching this live here on Facebook or on Instagram, you can type in the word quit and I can reach out to you and give you my calendar information. And I look forward to connecting with you. Alicia said, I love seeing how many lives you have helped change. Oh, don't make me cry, Alicia. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I love to see how many lives you have helped change. You can see the happiness within them and how much it has changed their lives. Oh my God, don't have me. Y'all know I'm a crier now. Don't get me started. We have changed lives, and just like Darlene mentioned, it's more than just about money. It's the lives that you can change from you making that money. And that's what I live by every day. That's what my brand is based on every day. And that's what I want to help you guys do. So once again, thank y'all so much for watching this. As always, don't forget, get out there and dominate, because it's time to design a life that you deserve. Till next time. Bye, guys.